I am finally done with my school assignments, so now I get to finally edit the 24 hours worth of Skyrim footage that I have left over from like 2 weeks ago, and then I can finally continue to play the game. And I had a lot of fun remembering what I was doing here, because just doing school assignments for 2 weeks, my brain is done. My brain is done. I just want to turn it off and live in a fantasy world, and just forget about all of that. This isn't the first time I've ever done the quest, but this is the first time I used the intimidation and persuading options for the quest, which made it so much shorter than I'm used to. Normally, I'm like going out to fetch the ring, fighting Hagraven right in the end, my beautiful wife, R.I.P. But this time, they all just kind of let me off the hook. This part's probably the most difficult part for me because I'm all armor, heavy armor. Any physical damage done to me, I could probably brush it off, heal it off or whatever. But all these mages, especially like anyone who's casting Frost, I just cannot deal with them. I will die immediately or be ragdolled to the next dimension. So this one was a little harder. I don't remember what difficulty I was in. I want to say I was in expert, because I do switch between expert and master, just to add a little bit of difficulty. But for mages, I think here I was in expert, because if I was in master, I mean, congrats to myself. But like, there's no way master. I would have taken like 2x, 3x the damage or something like that, and actually do like half my damage or something. I read the wiki like last month or something like that. All I remember is I take more damage, but I do less damage. And versus mages and this build, it just was not a good time. But I will say, these guys were a lot easier than dealing with bears or saber-toothed tigers. Like, wild animals in Skyrim in higher difficulties are just insane. I have no idea, like, especially with all the heavy armor that I have on, like, why are they doing so much damage? Once I got past the mages and everything, I decided to get a different staff. You guys might know it as
the Wabbajack! Feel free to keep the Wabbajack as a symbol of my... I'll just take the damn thing.
Funny thing is, I really wanted to use the Wabbajack, and then I just never ended up using it.
You and Sam dared me to go into that bandit camp? Well, I did, and brought back his stupid hat like you said. So give me the 10,000 gold you promised.
How's this dude gonna ask me for 10,000 gold and then run away immediately right after? I do follow him. He doesn't do anything, so I didn't want to go downstairs to take care of this Forsworn, so I just took out my bow for like the first time this game and started ranging this dude. My range level is not that high. I probably wouldn't even be able to wield like a willow short bow. But eventually, get down to it. That was 7x the speed, by the way. I think that was like 3 minutes of me just trying to shoot this dude. I thought this part was funny. I'm fighting a frost dragon with my follower just to get third party by a saber-toothed tiger. Pro tip, before you leave for an adventure, always get a gift before leaving, so when you do come back, you already have the gift in your inventory. I also sold all my dragon bones and dragon scales, so I can fully upgrade my home in Solitude, and me and Lucia can move away from the Whiterun elitists. For this playthrough, I also really wanted to learn how to do alchemy, so I just bought a bunch of ingredients from the alchemy store in Whiterun and Solitude, and just ate a lot of them, and just so I could discover like the first effect, and then from there combine similar first effects, and hopefully it branches out. Fortunately, it did work out that way, but not all the time. There were a lot of failed creations like you're seeing right now. So I did end up looking up a couple of them, like Daedric Hearts, Dwarven Oil, anything that was more or less expensive for me. And beyond learning how to do alchemy, I really needed to have some custom-made potions on me, because whenever I see a dragon or a mage I just get absolutely destroyed. So frost resistance, magic resistant potions are gonna be a must. Typically, once I get to like level 25, 30, I ruin the character by maxing it out, giving it god armor, god swords, and whatever. And but not this time. This time I'm gonna like continue going at it. I think I'm like level 35 right now, so I'm going pretty good. I actually meant to use Unrelenting Force here, but besides that, look at the damage I'm doing. I even have my 2H charged up right here, so I can like do more damage with my enchantment. It's not doing anything. So I think at this point in the run, I decided like I really need to dedicate some time to upgrade my armor, upgrade my sword, give them enchantments, because I don't want to just kind of cheese the whole thing with my follower. That kind of defeats the purpose of playing like in a harder difficulty. But I continue to cheese with my follower for a little bit, for a little while. Here's a prime example of no matter how many times I play Skyrim, I'm gonna play very similarly every single time, because I don't spend a lot of time in Windhelm. Normally just like for the Civil War quest, Dark Brotherhood, but this is the first time I was running around for a little bit and I came across an orphan. Like, I didn't know Windhelm had an orphan. I'm really happy I came across her, because now Lucia gets to have a sister at home and it's not just her in the house, Carl. But you know, like, I'm learning new things every single time I play this game, especially through this playthrough, since I'm not trying to skip anything. So like, Skyrim's pretty sick.